we got our ECU back from DHM, and we got our man in the box intake over there. I just have it all bagged up in there for now. But so I popped the ECU back into the little clip thing, put the rubber cover back on it, pulled off the 1, 2, 3 screws, and now I'm just shimmying it onto that tab right there. There we got the top, and there we got the bottom. And it is literally that easy to put your ECU back onto your Grom. Now that we got the ECU back in its place, what I'm going to go ahead and do is undo the screws. I already undid them on this side, but we're going to undo the screws on the plastics on both sides. Then we're just going to gently massage this off of here, get it popped off of there, and then we are going to be ready to go ahead and pull off the stock airbox. Got the man in the box intake assembled. You're going to take the OEM sensor out of the stock airbox. It's going to be located right there on the back side of it. Then we're going to take the sensor, put it on there with the 2 smaller bolts that they give you. It's going to be a 8mm and a 3mm Allen head. You're going to put 1, 2. Kind of sketchy that the sensor just sits there, but I guess I trust it if other people do. And then we got the silicone intake hose right there. We got the crankcase breather right there. You got a little black washer right there that they give you to make sure this sits flush. 4mm Allen head, 10mm bolt right there. Hose clamp that I had in my shit because they give you a zip tie for that. I would just rather have a hose clamp on it. And then we got this hose, don't know if I already mentioned it, but we gotta hook up this hose, gotta put the air filter on it, and then we just gotta run it over here. And the intake is going to sit about right here, and then we just gotta attach that silicone hose to this tiny little manifold, whatever you want to call it, on the bike. But yeah, there we go, we're almost done. Now the last step before I put on the man in the box intake is I gotta pull off the stock oil breather hose, or crankcase breather hose, whichever one you want to consider it, which is this hose right here in my hand. And then if we chase that back, you gotta pull off the rider's right side cover of it, the Grom cover. Once you get that done, you're just gonna look in here, and it is this hose right here that my finger is touching. So you just gotta put pliers on that and pull it right off. Intake is installed. We got both the filters on, we got the hose on, we got the sensor on, we got the OEM 10mm bolt right there that hooks the bracket to the frame. And then the biggest difficulty on this whole thing was that hose for the breather. You can see I put a zip tie on it because that thing's a bitch, but I put a bigger zip tie on it than what they give me, so I hope it'll be alright. It comes factory with this, which does not have much tension, so I feel a zip tie is plenty for that. Not worried about it at all. But yeah, that is the biggest bitch because you gotta reach way down in there, feed the hose through the top and get it in there. But once you got that done, everything's pretty simple. Here is the harness extension right here. That's the OEM harness, and then here's the harness extension from Man in the Box. I just ran it under the frame because it seems like that's the best way to do it. It has slack on both sides, so it's not going to be rubbing itself apart.